In this video, I'm going to break down everything that you need to make a metal print using sublimation. I'm going to make this photo right here. It's a picture of a Porsche for a customer. I'm going to make it, walk you through every step, and show you everything that goes into creating the final product. All right, first things first, you're going to need a sublimation printer. Mine is an Epson SC F570. I don't think it's the Pro version, I think it's the regular, but it is a sublimation printer. They make a bunch of different kinds. You can get whichever you want. Sawgrass makes them. Epson makes smaller models and larger models. This prints up to 24 inches wide and to any length that you want. If you go smaller than this, they may go up to like 17 inches. Larger ones, obviously, to anything you can imagine. Now with that sublimation printer, you're gonna need sublimation ink and sublimation paper. These are a lot different than like a regular inkjet printer with regular inks and papers. These are very specific for sublimation. Anything that you buy will say that in the title so that you know. But you're going to essentially print your photo on this paper, and this is gonna hold all the ink that then transfers into your metal at the very end, which gives you that finished product on the metal. That's not exactly how it goes, but it's the most basic way that I can explain it for you guys. Another thing that I do is I print this image in reverse because you're gonna set your aluminum on top, and then when it's finished, you'll flip it and you'll have it the correct way. So what I'm gonna show you now is the aluminum that you're gonna need. Now what I have is this aluminum panel here. It's 1.15 millimeters thick. You can buy a lot of these from many different places, Chromlux, Beauty Sub. You can buy them on Amazon. That's a good place to start. If you're just beginning, Amazon might be the best place because they're cheap. They're a lot thinner and more flimsy than something like this, but they do help for learning. And so they have a protective layer on top, and I just peel it off. Let's see if I can get it here. It's kind of a pain because of the way they put it on. What I've noticed is if you put it in the heat press and warm it up, this layer comes off a lot easier. So I'm going to pull this off, and essentially all I'm going to do is take my photo, make sure there's nothing on the panel, and the paper's clean, and I'm just going to align it right over it, okay? And then I'm going to take heat tape that I buy on Amazon as well. I believe it's just called heat tape. There's another name for it. I don't know what it is, but I'm just going to align it perfect here, and then once that is all set, I just take my heat tape and I'm going to tape all four sides down. And there. So now this paper is not going to move on the panel at all, and this is going to go inside the heat press. That brings us on to the next thing you're going to need here, which is a heat press. So for that smaller panel, this is a 16 by 20 inch Vevor heat press. Works great. I make all my smaller prints inside this one. If I want to go larger, which I often use, is this 24 inch by 32 inch Kilo heat press. Both are manual heat presses. You can get a pneumatic one, the automatic ones that kind of press down using an air compressor and all of that. That is the next thing you're going to need. You need a heat press, you need a printer, you need the blanks, you need the paper. That's pretty much all you need. There's a few other little things now, which is like, this is a unwaxed butcher paper that I buy on Amazon as well, and it just goes on the top and bottom of the press, and this allows no ink to get onto the press, which then could carry over onto the next print. If I was to make another one, it could mess it up. Doesn't usually happen, but with this paper, it absorbs that ink and then you just swap it out and you're good to go. I'm just going to take this panel here that we just started making, put it in, this one over the top, and then I just lock it down. Now that this print is all done, you have kind of a few more options for hanging it on the wall. So if you wanted to, you could just go blank and have nothing. Maybe you wanted to lean it against something or tape it to the wall, whatever you choose. The other option is you can use a frame like this. This is a shadow frame. I have tape on it and I just stick it to the backside. That is what I'm going to be doing for this customers because this is what I put on every single order. The other thing you can do, since those are kind of expensive, is I have these shadow blocks here. They're about $5, I think. I don't use these anymore, but when I first got started, this was a great option because it was much cheaper. It still looked really nice, aluminum on aluminum, worked really well for these smaller prints, 12 by 18 and smaller probably is what I used them on. And I like them. So you can decide whatever you want. You can also get frames for the outside of the print, like a regular photo, if you didn't want to have that shadow look that I usually go for when I make my prints. And whatever you choose, it will look good. So I'm going to put this frame on and show you what it looks like when it's done. One more option that people use are wood frames for the back sides of these, and they look good too. You can kind of do whatever you want. I just peel all these tabs around. This is 3M double-sided tape, and I'm just going to line it right here on these corners. I had these jigs made for me so that speeds up the process a little bit. And then I just push one corner down, pull the tab, make sure that it is lined up. Pull these tabs out completely, get rid of them, push it down, and then I have this really nice print here, and this is what the back side looks like. So it's really professional looking, very clean. I love the way it looks. This is my favorite way so far. I will be trying some frames in the future that go around the edges. I think they look really nice too, but super nice photo. I wish this was blown up a lot larger than what it is. If you want to learn more about making these metal prints, I have a community down below in the description. Check it out. I'm in there every day. Teach every little thing I know about making metal prints, and other people in there as well are sharing the things that they learn, the mistakes they make. I do the same, one-on-one messaging, everything. Just to give you an even closer look at this, I hope this video was valuable to you. I'm gonna try to make more like this coming soon to kind of help you guys make your own.